There is a power within you that speaks beyond words, a voice that aligns with the divine, shaping the seen from the unseen. As you step into this new month, know that every prayer you utter, every thought you hold with conviction, carries the seed of manifestation. You are not separate from God, for the kingdom of heaven is within you. As you close your eyes and speak this prayer, feel it as already answered. Father, I give thanks, for I know that before I even ask, it is done. Every blessing, every breakthrough is already mine. I do not beg, for I am your child, and all that you have is mine. I do not chase, for I rest in the certainty that what I seek is seeking me. I do not doubt, for faith is the evidence of things unseen, and I stand firm in the knowing that you are always working on my behalf. This is the month where doors open effortlessly, where obstacles dissolve like mist before the morning sun. Every step I take is guided, every decision is blessed, for I walk in divine favor. Nothing is withheld from me, for I believe, and it is done. I release all fear, all worry, all hesitation. There is no lack in my life, for I dwell in the abundance of God. Every cell in my body vibrates with divine health. Every relationship is filled with peace, and every resource flows to me in perfect time. I do not look to the world for validation, I look within, where the voice of God whispers, "You are already blessed." I stand firm in faith, knowing that no force, no delay, no circumstance can hinder what God has ordained for me. My vision is clear, my path is straight, and my heart is open to receive. This month I declare favor beyond measure, provision beyond expectation, and joy that overflows. Whatever has been held back is now released. Whatever has been lost is restored. Whatever has been delayed is now accelerated. I am ready, I am willing, I am aligned. And so it is. There is no force greater than the power of prayer spoken with absolute belief. In this sacred moment, as you align yourself with the divine, let every word you utter be a decree, a declaration that the blessings of heaven are already flowing into your life. Do not pray as one who is uncertain, as one who hopes but does not know. Pray as one who understands that God is not distant, but within, closer than breath, nearer than thought. Father, I enter this new month with gratitude, knowing that every step is ordered, every path made straight. I do not ask for blessings as if they are apart from me. I claim them as my rightful inheritance. You have designed me for abundance, for joy, for success, and I step into these gifts with unwavering faith. I see doors opening before me, doors that no one can shut. I see healing flowing through my body, restoring every cell, bringing vitality and strength. I see opportunities arising in places I never expected. Divine connections forming that propel me forward into the destiny you have set before me. Nothing is impossible for you, Lord, and nothing is impossible for the one who believes. I release every limitation, every doubt, every fear, and I embrace the fullness of your promises. I do not look at circumstances. I do not waver when storms arise, for I know that in every challenge you have already provided the victory. The mountains before me are moved by faith, the obstacles dissolve before my declaration of truth. I am more than a conqueror, I am already victorious. This month is a season of supernatural increase. Where there has been lack, there is now overflow. Where there has been struggle, there is now ease. Where there has been confusion, clarity now reigns. I step into divine alignment, walking in the wisdom that comes not from the world, but from the Spirit within. I no longer struggle against the current of life. I allow your power to carry me effortlessly into my highest good. I do not force, I do not chase, I do not strive. I rest in the certainty that all things are unfolding perfectly in your divine timing. Every morning as I rise, I speak these words and feel their truth vibrating in my being. I am blessed. I am chosen, I am favored, I am protected, I am provided for. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No force can hinder what you have ordained for my life. The works of my hands are blessed. My thoughts are guided by divine wisdom. My heart is filled with peace beyond understanding. I let go of all that no longer serves me. I release worry, I release anxiety, I release the need to control. I trust fully, completely, without hesitation. Father, I see abundance flowing into my life like a mighty river, washing away all remnants of lack. I see debts cancelled, financial burdens lifted, unexpected provision arriving right on time. I see businesses thriving, careers advancing, opportunities multiplying. I walk in a realm where all my needs are met before I even recognize them. I am not bound by the limitations of the physical world, for I operate under the laws of your kingdom, where lack does not exist and supply is infinite. I declare that my health flourishes in divine perfection. Every organ, every muscle, every nerve functions exactly as you designed it. Sickness has no place in my body. Disease has no authority over me, for I am covered by your healing power. Every cell is renewed, every function restored, every imbalance corrected. I walk in strength, vitality, and divine energy. I declare that my relationships are filled with love and harmony. Every misunderstanding is resolved, every wound is healed, every bond is strengthened. I attract into my life people who align with your purpose for me, who uplift and support my vision. Toxic connections dissolve effortlessly, and in their place divine friendships are formed. I walk in love, and love flows back to me in every interaction. I declare that my mind is at peace. No longer will I entertain thoughts of fear, failure, or doubt. My mind is disciplined, focused, and filled with thoughts that align with my highest good. Every negative thought is replaced with truth. Every limiting belief is dismantled and replaced with divine wisdom. I think only of what is pure, what is noble, what is praiseworthy. My words are powerful, my declarations are unstoppable, for I understand that as I speak, I create. Father, I give thanks, for I know that even now unseen forces are moving on my behalf. I do not need to see with my physical eyes to believe, for I walk by faith, not by sight. I trust the process. I trust the divine order of things. I trust that all is working together for my highest good. Even in moments when things seem uncertain, I remain steadfast, knowing that you are orchestrating miracles behind the scenes. I release all burdens, all stress, all striving. I surrender to the flow of divine abundance, allowing myself to be carried by your grace. I no longer try to force my way. I simply align with the truth that all I seek is already mine. I am not a beggar, I am an heir to the kingdom. I am not struggling, I am thriving. I am not waiting, I am receiving now. This month, every day I will walk with confidence, knowing that heaven's blessings are chasing me down. My steps are ordered, my hands are blessed, my voice carries power, my faith is unshakable. Nothing can stand against the one who believes, and I believe with every fiber of my being. My prayers are not empty words. They are living, breathing declarations that shape my reality. I do not concern myself with the how, for that is already handled. I do not question the when, for divine timing is always perfect. I only rest in the knowing that it is done, and as I walk in this truth, I see evidence of your power manifesting all around me. Synchronicities align, miracles unfold, blessings multiply. My testimony is already being written, and it is greater than I could have imagined. Father, I thank you, not as one who hopes, but as one who knows. I thank you not for what is coming, but for what is already here. I thank you not from a place of need, but from a place of certainty. For you have never failed me, and you never will. I am chosen, I am loved, I am favored beyond measure. And so it is. I lift my spirit in unwavering faith, knowing that every word I speak is infused with divine power. I do not pray as one who is waiting for blessings to arrive, but as one who knows they are already here. I open my heart to receive, to accept the abundance, the breakthroughs, the miracles that have already been ordained for me. I let go of all resistance, all doubt, all hesitation. I stand in the certainty that I am guided, protected, and provided for in ways beyond my understanding. The forces of heaven move on my behalf, aligning circumstances, shifting realities, and clearing the way for my highest good. Father, I see every limitation dissolving, every obstacle crumbling, every delay vanishing. I am not confined by past experiences, by old patterns, or by the expectations of the world. I step into a new dimension of faith where all things are possible. I rise above fear, above worry, above anxiety, and I rest in the absolute assurance that you are working all things together for my good. My breakthrough is not coming, it has already arrived. I claim it now, I live in it now, I rejoice in it now. The power of my prayer is not in the words alone, but in the conviction with which I speak them. I do not wish, I do not hope, I declare. I do not ask from a place of lack, I speak from a place of knowing. Everything I need has already been supplied. Every resource, every opportunity, every open door is already in place. I no longer search outside myself for answers, for I know that the kingdom of heaven is within me. I am one with the divine, and in this oneness there is no separation, no limitation, no lack. Every morning as I awaken, I speak these words with certainty. I am blessed beyond measure. I am chosen for great things. I am walking in divine favor. I am surrounded by miracles. I attract prosperity effortlessly. I radiate health and vitality. I am a magnet for divine opportunities. My steps are ordered, my path is illuminated, my future is secure. There is no force that can stand against the power that flows within me. I am unstoppable, unshakable, unbreakable. I refuse to entertain thoughts of doubt or failure. My mind is disciplined, focused only on what is pure, what is true, what is aligned with the highest good. No longer will I allow fear to dictate my reality. No longer will I allow circumstances to determine my faith. I take authority over my life, over my thoughts, over my emotions. I choose to see only the truth, and the truth is this: I am already victorious. I am already abundant. I am already living in divine overflow. Father, I release all burdens, all struggles, all worries. I place them in your hands, knowing that you are the God who never fails. I trust you completely. I let go of the need to control, to understand, to figure everything out. I rest in the knowing that you are always on time, that your ways are higher, that your plans are perfect. I surrender to the divine flow, allowing blessings to come to me with ease, allowing miracles to unfold effortlessly. Every day I expect favor, I expect increase, I expect breakthroughs. I do not allow my faith to be swayed by temporary challenges. I see beyond the surface, beyond the illusion of lack or limitation. I see with the eyes of faith, knowing that what I believe in my heart will surely come to pass. I do not live by what I see, I live by what I know. And I know that I am destined for greatness, for joy, for peace beyond understanding. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No obstacle can stand in the way of what God has prepared for me. No setback can stop the blessings that are already in motion. I walk in divine protection. Every force that rises against me is already defeated. Every negative word spoken against me is rendered powerless. Every attack of the enemy is turned into a testimony of victory. I am shielded by divine favor, and nothing can touch what has been ordained by the heaven. This month I am walking into a season of acceleration. What took others years will take me months. What seemed impossible before will manifest effortlessly. Every delay is being turned into divine timing. Every disappointment is being transformed into a greater blessing. I trust the process, for I know that behind every challenge is an opportunity for expansion, for growth, for elevation. My heart is open to receive. I do not block my blessings with fear or doubt. I do not resist what is already mine. I align myself with the flow of abundance, stepping into the life that has already been prepared for me. I no longer hold on to the past, to old wounds, to limiting beliefs. I release everything that no longer serves me. I walk forward free, empowered, ready to embrace the fullness of my destiny. Father, I thank you for the unseen miracles already unfolding. I thank you for the favor that surrounds me like a shield. I thank you for the divine connections, the unexpected blessings, the breakthroughs beyond my imagination. I thank you not as one who hopes, but as one who knows. I thank you as one who understands that it is already done. I step into this month with confidence, with boldness, with unwavering faith, knowing that I am walking in the manifestation of your promises. I am the evidence of your goodness, the living testimony of your faithfulness. My life is a reflection of divine grace. I shine with the light of abundance, of joy, of unwavering belief. Everywhere I go, blessings follow. Everything I touch is multiplied. I am a vessel of prosperity, a channel for miracles, an instrument of divine love. I live in alignment with the truth that all things are working together for my highest good. I am not waiting for the blessing, I am the blessing. I am not waiting for the breakthrough, I am the breakthrough. I am not waiting for the miracle, I am walking in the miracle. And so it is. I stand firm in this knowing, unwavering in my faith, unshaken by what my physical eyes may see. I refuse to be moved by appearances, for I understand that reality is shaped not by external circumstances, but by the power of my belief. I align my heart with divine truth, and in doing so I command the unseen to manifest into the seen. Every word I speak carries creative power, shaping my world, rearranging conditions, and bringing forth the fulfillment of God's promises in my life. I do not pray from a place of pleading, for I know that my Father does not withhold any good thing from me. Instead, I pray from a place of confidence, declaring with authority that what has been spoken in heaven is now established on earth. My words do not return void, but accomplish the purpose for which they are sent. When I speak of favor, favor manifests. When I speak of healing, healing flows. When I speak of provision, provision overflows. The power of God moves through me, unrestricted, unhindered, unstoppable. Every morning I rise with a heart full of gratitude, knowing that this day has already been blessed. I walk in divine alignment, knowing that every step I take is ordered. I do not question, I do not doubt, I simply trust. I let go of worry, for I know that God is my provider. I let go of fear, for I know that God is my protector. I let go of uncertainty, for I know that God is my guide. There is nothing missing, nothing broken, nothing incomplete. I am whole, I am abundant, I am victorious. I no longer pray as one who is distant from God, for I understand that I am one with Him. His Spirit lives within me, His power flows through me, His wisdom speaks within me. I do not need to search outside myself for answers, for all that I need is already within. I turn inward, I listen, I trust. The whispers of my spirit are the voice of God, leading me, directing me, revealing to me the steps I must take. As I go about my day, I remain in this awareness. I do not allow distractions to shake my peace. I do not allow circumstances to dictate my emotions. I am centered, grounded in faith, walking in unwavering confidence. If a challenge arises, I do not react with fear, but with faith. If an obstacle appears, I do not shrink back, but move forward in authority. I know that no weapon formed against me shall prosper, for greater is He who is in me than he who is in the world. Everything I desire is already mine, and I now align my mind, my heart, and my actions with this truth. I live as if my prayers have already been answered. I give thanks as if my blessings have already arrived. I rejoice as if my miracles are already unfolding. I do not wait to see before I believe. I believe and then I see. I walk in abundance. I walk in favor. I walk in divine health. I walk in supernatural provision. Every cell in my body vibrates with life and energy. Every part of my being is in harmony with the divine. I am surrounded by goodness, and goodness flows through me to bless those around me. My hands are anointed to prosper. Everything I touch flourishes. My words are infused with power. Every declaration I make carries weight in the spiritual realm. I release all resistance, all doubt, all hesitation. I surrender completely to the flow of divine grace. I am no longer striving, no longer struggling, no longer trying to force things into place. I trust in perfect timing. I trust in divine alignment. I trust that everything is working out for my highest good. Even when I do not understand the process, I know that God is orchestrating everything perfectly. I stand in faith, immovable, unshakable, knowing that my life is a testimony of God's goodness. I expect miracles. I expect breakthroughs. I expect supernatural favor. I do not settle for less than what has been promised to me. I do not allow fear to hold me back from stepping into the fullness of my destiny. I move with boldness, with confidence, with certainty. I declare that this season of my life is filled with blessings beyond measure. Doors that were once closed are now opening. Delays are turning into acceleration. What seemed impossible is now becoming my reality. I am positioned for greatness, for increase, for overflow. My faith is strong, my spirit is unbreakable, my mind is focused. I walk in the light of divine wisdom, making choices that align with my highest purpose. I am led by divine intuition, always in the right place at the right time. I do not chase, I do not strive, I attract all that is meant for me with ease. The universe responds to my faith, rearranging situations, bringing people and opportunities that align with my divine assignment. I remain steadfast, knowing that I am not forgotten, that I am deeply loved, that my prayers are heard and answered. I do not waver, I do not question, I do not hesitate. I step forward with confidence, knowing that the God who has begun a good work in me will surely complete it. I am a magnet for divine favor. I am a living testimony of God's faithfulness. I am victorious in all things, and so it is. I awaken each morning with an expectancy of good. I do not look to the past, for the past has no power over me. I do not dwell on yesterday's troubles, for today is new, and with it comes fresh grace, fresh mercy, and fresh opportunity. My eyes are fixed on what is before me, not behind me. I know that every moment is filled with divine possibility, and I open my heart to receive it fully. I am not moved by the noise of the world. I am not distracted by what others say, by what others think, by what others do. My focus is singular. My vision is clear. I see only the promise. I see only the abundance. I see only the manifestation of God's goodness in my life. I do not waver between belief and doubt. I do not go back and forth between faith and fear. I have made my choice, and my choice is unwavering faith. When I speak, the universe listens. When I declare, heaven responds. My words are not empty, they are not idle. They carry the weight of divine authority. I do not speak from lack. I do not speak from desperation. I speak from a place of power. I declare what is already mine, and as I declare it, it takes shape, it takes form, it becomes visible. I refuse to let circumstances dictate my emotions. I refuse to let setbacks shake my confidence. I know that everything is working together for my good, even the things I do not yet understand. When a door seems to close, I do not despair, for I know that something greater is being prepared for me. When things do not unfold as I expected, I do not lose heart, for I know that God's plan far exceeds anything I could have imagined. I am patient, for I trust divine timing. I am at peace, for I know all things are unfolding perfectly. I am filled with joy, for I already see the fulfillment of what I have prayed for. I do not wait until the blessing arrives to celebrate. I celebrate now. I do not wait until the breakthrough happens to give thanks. I give thanks now. My gratitude is my act of faith. My praise is my demonstration of belief. I am aligned with divine abundance. I'm connected to limitless supply. I do not beg, I do not chase, I do not struggle, I receive. I allow blessings to flow to me freely. I release resistance, I release anxiety, I release the need to control. I trust, I believe, I allow. I let go of the how, and I stand firm in the knowing that it is already done. I walk as one who is chosen. I carry myself with the confidence of one who knows they are favored. I do not shrink back. I do not dim my light. I do not question my worthiness. I have been called for a purpose, and I step fully into that calling without hesitation. I embrace my greatness. I own my divine identity. I walk boldly in the truth of who I am. My heart is pure, my spirit is light, my soul is free. I release all burdens, all weights, all limitations. I no longer hold on to pain, to fear, to regret. I am renewed, I am refreshed, I am restored. I am a vessel of divine love, and I radiate that love in all that I do. When I speak life. When I move with purpose. When I act with intention. I expect miracles daily. I am open to divine surprises. I know that the windows of heaven are open over my life, and blessings are pouring down in ways I cannot even fathom. I live in a state of constant expectation, knowing that what is meant for me cannot be denied. The universe conspires in my favor. Everything aligns for my highest good. I am deeply loved. I am divinely guided. I am infinitely supported. I am never alone, for the presence of God is always with me. In times of uncertainty, I listen for His voice. In times of difficulty, I lean on His strength. In times of waiting, I rest in His promise. I do not worry about tomorrow, for I know that tomorrow is already taken care of. I see only abundance. I see only wholeness. I see only divine fulfillment. My mind is renewed. My heart is at peace. My spirit is unshakable. I do not waver. I do not doubt. I do not fear. I stand firm. I stand tall. I stand victorious. I have already won. I have already received. I have already stepped into my breakthrough. It is here. It is now. It is done. I hold the vision of my life with unwavering certainty. I do not allow distractions, doubts, or fears to take root in my mind. I guard my thoughts carefully, knowing that every thought I dwell upon manifests into form. I do not entertain lack. I do not accept limitation. I do not acknowledge impossibility. All things are possible, and what I have spoken into existence is already mine. I walk in divine alignment, my steps ordered by an unseen hand. I do not question the process. I trust in the perfect orchestration of my life. I move with confidence, knowing that each step forward is a step closer to my breakthrough. When delays arise, I do not despair, for I know that delay is not denial. I remain steadfast, knowing that what is mine is inevitable. I reject fear in all its forms. Fear has no power over me. I do not fear failure, for I cannot fail when God is with me. I do not fear lack, for I dwell in an ever-flowing river of abundance. I do not fear rejection, for I am already accepted, already chosen, already beloved. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and no obstacle can stand in the way of my destiny. I listen closely to the voice within me. I trust the still, small whisper that speaks truth into my heart. I am not swayed by the opinions of others, for I know who I am. I do not seek validation, for I am already validated by the Creator Himself. I do not look outside of myself for answers, for everything I need is already within me. I see with the eyes of faith. I do not judge by appearances, for I know that what I see now is only a fraction of what is unfolding. Even when circumstances seem unchanged, I remain unmoved, for I know that my breakthrough is already in motion. I hold the image of my blessing in my mind with such clarity that it cannot help but materialize. I refuse to speak against my own desires. I speak only life, only power, only truth. I embrace my present reality with joy. I do not resist where I am, for I know that every season serves a purpose. Even in moments of stillness, I am growing. Even in times of waiting, I am preparing. I do not complain about where I am, for I know that where I am is leading me to where I desire to be. Gratitude fills my heart. I rejoice in all things, knowing that every moment is part of a divine unfolding. I walk in love. I hold no grudges. I harbor no resentment. I release all offenses. I do not allow bitterness to take root in my heart, for I know that love is the greatest force in existence. I forgive freely. not because others deserve it, but because I deserve peace. I release the past with ease, knowing that I am not defined by what has been, but by what is to come. I am surrounded by divine protection. No harm shall come near me, no darkness can touch me. I walk with the assurance that I am covered, shielded, and guarded at all times. Angels go before me, preparing the way. I am never alone, for divine presence surrounds me always. I rise above negativity. I do not engage in gossip, in strife, in arguments. I protect my energy. I guard my peace. I remain centered in truth. I do not entertain conversations that diminish my faith. I do not allow negativity to take residence in my mind. I choose my thoughts. I choose my words. I choose my focus. I align myself with the highest good. I am not envious of others, for I know that there is more than enough for all. I celebrate the success of others, knowing that my own success is inevitable. I do not compare, for my journey is unique. My path is divinely crafted. My story is unfolding perfectly. I attract divine connections. The right people are drawn to me effortlessly. Doors open in my favor without struggle. I am in the right place at the right time. Everything I need finds its way to me with ease. I do not chase, I attract. What is meant for me cannot be taken away. What belongs to me is already mine. I honor my body, my mind, my soul. I speak words of life over myself daily. I do not criticize, I do not condemn, I do not doubt. I lift myself up, I encourage myself, I strengthen myself. My body is strong, my mind is sharp, my spirit is resilient. Every cell in my body vibrates with divine energy. I am renewed, I am restored, I am whole. I live in expectation of miracles. I do not wait passively. I expect actively. I wake up each day with excitement, knowing that today holds new blessings, new opportunities, new manifestations. I listen closely for divine guidance, and I act upon the inspiration that flows through me. I am not stagnant. I am not idle. I am always moving forward in faith. I refuse to dwell on what I lack, for I lack nothing. Everything I desire is already within reach. I do not beg, I do not plead, I do not question, I receive. I live in a state of divine reception, knowing that I am worthy of every good thing. I was created for abundance. I was created for joy. I was created for victory. I embrace each day as a gift. I do not waste time in worry, in regret, in fear. I live fully in the present moment, knowing that the present is where my power lies. I am not bound by the mistakes of the past. I am not anxious about the future. I am here now, fully alive, fully aware, fully at peace. I declare that my breakthrough is here. I declare that my blessings are overflowing. I declare that my life is a reflection of divine goodness. I have no doubt, no hesitation, no uncertainty. I believe, I receive, I rejoice. It is already done. I hold this truth within me and let it fill every part of my being. I do not waver, I do not question, I do not entertain doubt. My faith is unshakable, because I know that what I believe in my heart must come to pass. I see beyond what is in front of me, beyond the physical reality, and into the unseen where all possibilities exist. I do not ask how or when, for I trust in divine timing. I trust that all things are working together for my good, even when I do not yet see it. I walk in certainty, knowing that my vision is already fulfilled. I move forward without hesitation. I do not look back, for the past holds no power over me. I do not revisit old failures, old disappointments, or old regrets. They have no place in my present and no influence over my future. I release every burden, every weight that has tried to hold me down. I am free. I am limitless. I am unstoppable. Nothing stands in my way, for I am walking a path that has already been cleared for me. I do not need to force. I do not need to struggle. I do not need to push. I flow with ease, with grace, with confidence, knowing that everything I need is already mine. I guard my words with intention. I do not speak against my own blessing, for my words hold power. I do not complain. I do not declare lack. I do not entertain fear. I speak only life, only abundance, only victory. My words shape my reality, and so I speak carefully, knowing that what I declare will manifest. I say I am blessed, and so I am. I say I am favored, and so I am. Every word I release sets miracles into motion. I expect divine favor wherever I go. Doors open for me in ways I cannot explain. Opportunities come to me effortlessly. People are drawn to me with kindness, generosity, and support. I do not have to force connections, for the right people find me at the right time. I do not have to struggle for recognition, for what is meant for me cannot be ignored. I walk in the fullness of my calling, knowing that everything I need is already aligning in my favor. I let go of every limitation. I do not accept the idea of impossibility, for I know that all things are possible. I do not limit myself by my past, my circumstances, or what others say. I do not let fear dictate my decisions. I rise above every limitation, every obstacle, every doubt. I step into my highest potential, knowing that I am created for greatness. I am not ordinary, I am extraordinary. I am not weak, I am powerful. I am not defeated, I am victorious. I claim this as my truth, and I live by it every single day. I align myself with divine abundance. I do not chase, I attract. I do not worry, I trust. I do not struggle, I receive. Everything I need flows to me effortlessly, for I am a magnet for blessings. Money, opportunities, connections, and favor find their way to me without resistance. I am not in competition with anyone, for my blessings are uniquely mine. There is no lack, for divine provision is endless. I open my heart, my hands, my mind to receive without hesitation. I walk in perfect health. My body is strong, my mind is clear, my spirit is at peace. Every cell in my body vibrates with divine energy. I release every worry, every tension, every doubt, and allow healing to flow through me. I do not accept sickness, for I know that my body is designed to thrive. I do not accept fatigue, for I am energized by divine strength. I do not accept weakness, for I am filled with power. Every part of me is renewed, restored, and overflowing with vitality. I embrace peace in all areas of my life. I do not entertain chaos, for I am anchored in stillness. I do not allow stress to consume me, for I rest in divine assurance. I do not let external circumstances disturb my inner peace, for I know that I am always protected. No situation, no person, no obstacle can take away the peace that dwells within me. I breathe deeply, I release all tension, and I surrender fully to the calm presence that surrounds me. I trust the process. I do not rush, for I know that everything is unfolding at the perfect time. I do not grow impatient, for I know that waiting is not wasting. I trust that every moment, every experience, every challenge is shaping me into the person I am meant to be. I do not resist, I do not fight, I do not complain. I embrace every part of my journey, knowing that it is leading me to greater heights. I see my desires as already fulfilled. I do not hope, I know. I do not wish, I declare. I do not wait, I live in the reality of my blessing now. I feel the joy, the gratitude, the excitement of already receiving everything I have prayed for. I align my thoughts, my emotions, my actions with the truth that it is already done. I do not question, I do not doubt, I do not waver. I stand firm in the knowing that my manifestation is inevitable. I give thanks in all things. I do not wait for blessings to appear before I express gratitude. I give thanks now in this moment, knowing that my life is already filled with abundance. I do not focus on what is missing, I focus on what is already here. I count my blessings, I acknowledge the goodness around me, I celebrate every victory, big and small. Gratitude is my way of life, and it multiplies every blessing in my reality. I am aligned with divine wisdom. I do not rely on my own understanding, for I know that higher guidance is always leading me. I listen closely, I follow the nudges, I trust the path before me. I do not question the process, for I know that every step is divinely guided. I receive insight, inspiration, and clarity at the perfect time. I am never lost, I am never confused, I am never without direction. The answers I seek are already within me. I forgive completely. I do not hold on to past wounds, for I know that they do not define me. I release every resentment, every grudge, every ounce of bitterness. I do not carry burdens that weigh me down, for I am meant to be free. I forgive not because others deserve it, but because I deserve peace. I choose love over anger, freedom over bondage, joy over pain. I step boldly into my calling. I do not shrink back, I do not play small, I do not hide my gifts. I was created with purpose, and I embrace it fully. I walk in confidence, knowing that I am here to make an impact. I do not fear judgment, for I answer only to the one who called me. I do not fear failure, for I know that every step forward is a step toward success. I do not seek approval, for I am already approved by the divine. I am walking into a season of breakthrough. I feel it, I know it, I see it unfolding. Every obstacle is being removed. Every delay is turning into acceleration. Every closed door is making way for something greater. I do not waver in faith, for I know that my time is now. I hold my head high, I walk in power, I speak with authority. I do not wait for signs, for I am the sign. I do not wait for permission, for I am already chosen. I release every doubt, every fear, every worry. I am stepping into the fullness of my blessing. My breakthrough is already here. I celebrate, I rejoice, I give thanks. It is already done. I stand firm in the unwavering truth that what I have declared is already mine. I do not need to see it with my physical eyes to believe it, for I know that faith is the evidence of things unseen. I walk forward with confidence, knowing that every blessing, every breakthrough, every divine promise is unfolding in perfect harmony. I release all doubt, all hesitation, all resistance, and embrace the fullness of my manifestation with gratitude. I trust, I believe, I receive. It is already done. Amen. Before the world awakens and the first light kisses the earth, let your heart be lifted in gratitude. The moment you open your eyes, you have been given another day, another opportunity, another canvas upon which to paint the masterpiece of your life. And so, before you step into the world, step into awareness. Recognize the infinite presence that breathes life into you. Know that you are not alone, for the divine mind moves through you as you, shaping every moment of your existence. Gratitude is not merely words spoken in passing. It is the key that unlocks the abundance of heaven itself. What you appreciate, appreciates. What you give thanks for expands. Every blessing you acknowledge multiplies. This is the sacred law, written not in books, but upon the heart of creation itself. You are not waiting to be blessed, you are already blessed. You are not waiting to receive, you are already receiving. The great secret of life is to recognize this truth and to give thanks before the evidence appears. In the stillness of the morning, close your eyes and feel the presence of the divine surrounding you. Speak with certainty. I am grateful for this day. I am grateful for the love that flows through me. I am grateful for the unseen doors that are opening, for the miracles that are already set in motion. Even before my feet touch the ground, I know that everything I need is already provided. Let this be the rhythm of your heart, a song of gratitude that moves with you throughout the day. When you give thanks, you align yourself with the highest vibration of the universe. You are no longer pleading, you are proclaiming. You are not asking in doubt, you are affirming in faith. To give thanks is to step into the reality of your answered prayer, to claim the fullness of what has already been given. It is a shift in consciousness, a transformation of the mind. And as you walk in gratitude, the world must reflect that which you carry within. Every challenge is a hidden gift. Every obstacle is a disguised blessing. Give thanks not only for what is easy, but for what stretches you, for the trials that refine you, for the lessons that shape you into the highest expression of yourself. Nothing is against you. Everything is working for your good. So instead of fear, choose gratitude. Instead of worry, choose faith. Let every breath be a silent prayer of thanksgiving. The world may say, I will give thanks when I see the blessing, but the awakened soul knows, I will give thanks now, and the blessing will appear. This is the mystery of creation, the secret of manifestation. Whatever you desire, bless it. Whatever you seek, give thanks that it is already yours. When you walk in the awareness that you are divinely guided, provided for, and loved beyond measure, you will see the evidence unfold before your eyes. Rise each morning with a heart full of gratitude. Let the first words upon your lips be words of thanksgiving. The day ahead is already blessed. The path before you is already clear. Walk in faith, speak with certainty, and give thanks in all things. What you sow in gratitude, you shall reap in abundance. Each morning, as you awaken from the depths of sleep, you stand at the threshold of infinite possibilities. In that sacred moment between sleep and wakefulness, the world has not yet claimed you, and your mind is most receptive to divine impressions. This is the time to plant the seeds of gratitude, for what you acknowledge now will shape the day before you. Give thanks not merely in words, but with the full power of your feeling. Let gratitude rise from the depths of your being and flood every corner of your soul. Let it become the atmosphere in which you move, the very breath that sustains you. Nothing in your life is by accident. Every event, every encounter, every experience has been orchestrated by the unseen hand of divine intelligence. The challenges, the joys, the delays, and the breakthroughs, all of it is serving a greater purpose. When you choose to see through the eyes of faith, you understand that nothing is missing. Everything you need is already present, waiting for you to recognize it. And so, with this knowing, you give thanks in advance. You speak as if the blessing has already arrived. You walk as if the doors have already opened. You carry yourself with the confidence of one who knows that all things are working together for good. There are those who spend their days longing for what they do not have, believing that happiness will arrive with the next achievement, the next possession, the next moment. But the wise understand that joy is not found in the pursuit of more, it is found in the recognition of what already is. Look around you, breathe deeply, feel the warmth of life moving through your body. This moment is a gift, and the more you acknowledge it, the more blessings will reveal themselves to you. The abundance you seek is not something outside of you, it is within you, waiting to be recognized. What you focus on expands. If you wake up and dwell on what is missing, you will experience lack. If you dwell on what is wrong, you will encounter more obstacles. But if you wake up and give thanks for even the smallest blessings, you will find that those blessings multiply. Give thanks for the roof over your head, for the breath in your lungs, for the unseen forces guiding your every step. Give thanks for the strength within you, for the lessons that have shaped you, for the unseen hands that have carried you through the storms of life. Nothing is too small to be acknowledged. Nothing is too insignificant to be celebrated. Every morning as you rise, remind yourself that you are walking in divine favor. The universe is conspiring for your highest good. Even when you do not see the way is being made. Even when you feel lost, you are being led. Even when you cannot understand the purpose of a challenge, trust that it is refining you, shaping you, preparing you for something greater. There is nothing in your life that is wasted. Every experience is a stepping stone. Every delay is divine redirection. Every disappointment is an invitation to trust deeper. And so instead of questioning, you give thanks. Instead of doubting, you surrender. Instead of resisting, you allow. The secret to an abundant life is not in striving, but in receiving. The moment you give thanks, you align yourself with the flow of divine abundance. You cease struggling. You cease searching. You step into a state of knowing. And in this state, blessings find you effortlessly. Miracles unfold before your eyes. Solutions appear where there once were none. Doors swing open that you never even knocked on. This is the power of gratitude. It transforms your world from the inside out. What if for just one day you decided to give thanks for everything? Not just for what is pleasant, but for everything. What if you thanked the people who challenge you, for they're your greatest teachers? What if you thanked the closed doors, for they redirected you to something better? What if you thanked the delays, for they protected you from unseen harm? What if you thanked even the pain, for it revealed to you your strength? If you could do this, you would discover a secret hidden from many, that nothing in your life is against you. Everything is for you. Begin each day with this understanding, and you will find that the world mirrors it back to you. What you expect, you will experience. If you wake up anticipating goodness, goodness will meet you at every turn. If you wake up expecting favor, favor will follow you wherever you go. If you wake up declaring that today is blessed, watch as blessings unfold in ways you never imagined. Your thoughts are powerful. Your words are creative. Your gratitude is magnetic. There is a great mystery at work in this universe, one that many fail to see because they are too distracted by appearances. But you are not among them. You have awakened to the truth that what you feel within will be reflected without. The world does not determine your experience. Your inner state does. If you walk in gratitude, you will walk in abundance. If you walk in appreciation, you will walk in joy. If you give thanks for what is, you will open the floodgates for more to come. As you move through your day, keep this awareness with you. Let every step be a prayer of thanksgiving. Let every interaction be infused with appreciation. Let every moment be a reminder that you are divinely guided, infinitely loved, and endlessly blessed. Do not wait for something to change before you give thanks. Give thanks now. And watch as everything begins to shift. It is not a practice, it is a way of being. It is not something you do, it is something you embody. When gratitude becomes your natural state, lack disappears, fear dissolves, doubt vanishes. You are standing in the midst of a divine orchestration, a grand design beyond what your eyes can see. Every detail of your life is held in perfect order. You are never forgotten, you are never forsaken, you are never without help. The infinite presence that formed the stars, that set the sun in motion, that breathed life into all creation, is the same presence that moves through you. And if that presence is for you, what could ever be against you? The greatest secret is not in getting more, but in recognizing what you already have. When you understand this, your life will be forever changed. You will cease striving. You will cease worrying. You will rest in the knowing that you are already provided for, already taken care of, already complete. And in this knowing you will find peace. In this knowing you will find joy. In this knowing you will find that there is nothing left to do but give thanks. So let this be your morning prayer. Let this be the song of your heart. Let this be the vibration you carry into the world, not as a fleeting moment, but as a way of living. Not as something you remember, but as something you become. Give thanks not just with words, but with your entire being. Give thanks not just when it is easy, but especially when it is difficult. Give thanks not just for what you see, but for what is yet to come. And as you do, watch as the universe moves, as doors open, as blessings unfold, as miracles abound. Watch as life itself rises to meet you, reflecting back the gratitude that you have so freely given. Every breath you take is a divine gift, a sacred reminder that life flows through you effortlessly. You do not command the sun to rise, nor do you instruct the earth to turn. Yet these things happen in perfect harmony, just as your life is unfolding in divine order. When you recognize this, when you truly see the infinite intelligence that sustains all things, you cannot help but give thanks. Gratitude becomes the natural language of your soul. It is not something you practice, it is something you embody, something that overflows from the depths of your being. You are never lacking. The illusion of lack comes from failing to see the fullness of what already exists. But when your eyes are open, when your heart is receptive, you see that you have always been provided for. Every need has been met, even before you became aware of it. The breath in your lungs, the beat of your heart, the very energy that moves through your body. These are all signs of the divine presence working in you. The moment you acknowledge this, you shift into a new reality, one where struggle ceases and blessings flow freely. There is no need to beg for what has already been given. You do not plead for the sun to shine or the rivers to flow, for you know they are constant. Likewise, you need not plead for abundance, for it is already yours. Your only task is to recognize it, and you recognize it through gratitude. Each time you give thanks, you align yourself with the divine current of life. Each time you acknowledge the goodness that surrounds you, you open yourself to receive more. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the storehouse of blessings that have always been available to you. Do not let the distractions of the world blind you to the miracles unfolding in every moment. Many live in a constant state of wanting, always reaching for something just beyond their grasp. But wanting only creates more wanting. The secret is not in desiring more, but in recognizing that you already have enough. And as you give thanks for what is, you create space for what is to expand. This is the great paradox. When you are grateful, you receive more to be grateful for. The world will try to convince you that you are incomplete, that you must strive, that you must prove yourself. But the truth is, you are already whole. Nothing outside of you can add to or take away from the essence of who you are. The love that created you is the same love that sustains you, and in that love there is no lack. When you give thanks, you are affirming this truth. You are declaring to the universe that you recognize your completeness, and in doing so you magnetize all that is in harmony with your highest good. Each morning is a new beginning, a fresh opportunity to step into the fullness of life. What you set in motion at the start of your day will ripple throughout every moment that follows. If you begin with worry, worry will color your experiences. If you begin with gratitude, gratitude will shape your reality. It is not the circumstances that determine your day, but the state of your heart. And the heart that is filled with thanksgiving walks in peace, in joy, in divine favor. You are never alone. The same presence that moves the tides and calls forth the stars is the presence that moves within you. When you trust this, when you know it deep within your soul, there is no room for fear. Fear cannot exist in the presence of gratitude. Doubt cannot survive in the heart that knows it is cared for. When you truly give thanks, you dissolve every worry, every limitation, every false belief that has ever held you back. You step into a state of allowing, where all that is meant for you flows effortlessly into your life. Give thanks for the things you cannot yet see, for in the unseen realm they are already forming. Just as a seed takes root in the darkness before it breaks through the soil, so too are your blessings unfolding, even when you do not yet perceive them. The moment you express gratitude for what is coming, you accelerate its manifestation. You align yourself with the reality where it already exists. You step into the awareness that what you seek is not in the future. It is here now, waiting for you to claim it. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a vibration, a frequency that resonates with the very fabric of creation. When you give thanks, you send out a signal that attracts more of what you are grateful for. You shift your consciousness from lack to abundance, from separation to unity, from fear to love. And in this state, miracles become the norm, not the exception. You are no longer a passive observer of life. You become a conscious creator, shaping your reality with the power of your thoughts and feelings. Look at your life through the lens of gratitude, and you will see that nothing is being wasted. Even the moments that seem difficult, even the seasons of waiting, even the times when you felt lost, all of it was guiding you, teaching you, preparing you. When you give thanks for these moments, you transform them. What once felt like obstacles now become stepping stones. What once seemed like loss now reveals itself as redirect. Gratitude allows you to see the hand of the divine in all things. You are already blessed beyond measure. You do not need to chase blessings. You only need to recognize them, and as you recognize them, they multiply. The more you acknowledge the goodness in your life, the more goodness you will experience. This is not a theory, it is a law, as certain as gravity, as sure as the rising sun. You have seen it in your own life. When you focus on lack, lack increases. When you focus on abundance, abundance grows. You hold the key, you always have. Let this moment be one of deep, heartfelt gratitude. Feel the warmth of divine love surrounding you. Feel the certainty that all is well. Feel the peace that comes from knowing you are exactly where you are meant to be. Give thanks for who you are, for where you are, for all that is unfolding. Let gratitude be your prayer, your affirmation, your way of being. And as you do, watch as the world mirrors back to you the beauty, the abundance, the limitless blessings that have been yours all along. Giving thanks to God is one of the most powerful and transformative practices we can engage in each day. It sets the tone for the day, aligning us with gratitude and positivity, and helps us recognize the many blessings in our lives. When we wake up in the morning, we are gifted with a new day full of endless possibilities, and our first act should be one of deep appreciation to God for this opportunity. It is in the simple yet profound act of giving thanks that we open ourselves to experience peace, joy, and abundance. As we begin our day, let us pause for a moment to reflect on the goodness of God. He has provided us with everything we need: our health, our families, our homes, and the breath of life. Each of these blessings is a manifestation of His love and care for us. In the midst of our busy lives, it's easy to overlook these gifts, but when we intentionally pause to give thanks, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. This shift in perspective brings forth an energy of gratitude that can impact every aspect of our day. The act of thanking God is not only about recognizing the big blessings, but also the small ones, the little things we often take for granted. We might wake up in a comfortable bed, have food to eat, or be surrounded by loved ones. These everyday gifts are divine expressions of God's provision, and when we take time to thank Him for them, we begin to see the abundance in our lives. It's the small moments, like the warmth of the sun, the sound of birds chirping, or the feeling of a gentle breeze, that remind us of God's constant presence and care. In this moment of gratitude, we also acknowledge the challenges we may face. Even in difficult times, we are called to give thanks. For God does not leave us in our struggles. He is with us through every hardship, guiding us and providing us with the strength to endure. There is always a lesson in the trials we face, and when we trust in God's wisdom, we can find peace, knowing that He is working everything together for our good. The practice of giving thanks in the face of adversity deepens our faith and helps us remain hopeful, knowing that our circumstances are temporary and God's promises are eternal. When we thank God each morning, we also open ourselves to receive the gifts He has in store for us throughout the day. Gratitude is a magnet for blessings. The more we give thanks, the more we attract things to be thankful for. This divine exchange is a beautiful flow of energy that connects us with God and the abundant universe He has created. It is through gratitude that we acknowledge His presence in every moment and remain open to the flow of His love and blessing. As we start our day with gratitude, we align ourselves with God's will. Thanking Him first thing in the morning centers us, bringing us back to a place of spiritual balance and peace. We are reminded that He is the source of all our blessings, and it is only through Him that we are able to experience life in its fullest form. Each breath we take is a gift from God, and every step we take is guided by His hand. Acknowledging His presence and thanking Him for it grounds us in the truth that we are never alone. He is with us, guiding us every step of the way. In this sacred moment of prayer, we reflect on the countless ways God has worked in our lives. We remember the times when He has provided for us, healed us, and guided us through difficult moments. Each answered prayer is a testament to His faithfulness, and each blessing is a reminder of His love. As we reflect on these moments, we are filled with a deep sense of gratitude and awe for the ways God works in our lives. We remember that we are not the sum of our achievements, but rather the recipients of His grace, and for that we give thanks. When we focus on God's blessings, we cultivate an attitude of abundance. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparison and desire for more, but when we thank God for what we have, we shift our mindset from lack to abundance. We realize that we already have everything we need, and that is more than enough. God's blessings are not limited by our circumstances, but rather by our ability to recognize and appreciate them. The more we acknowledge His goodness, the more we see it everywhere we look. In the quiet moments of morning prayer, we also invite God to lead us through the day ahead. We trust that He will guide our steps, give us wisdom, and help us navigate the challenges that may arise. With God's guidance, we can face any situation with confidence, knowing that He is in control. We can walk through our day with a sense of peace, knowing that no matter what comes our way, God is already ahead of us, preparing the path. Thanking God each morning also allows us to release any burdens or worries we may carry. In His presence we find rest for our souls. When we trust in God, we can surrender our anxieties and fears, knowing that He is bigger than any problem we may face. This morning prayer is not just a time to express gratitude, but also a time to release and let go of anything that may be weighing us down. We lay our burdens at His feet, trusting that He will take care of them in His perfect timing. As we offer our morning prayers of thanks, we are reminded of the power of words. Our words have the ability to shape our reality, and when we speak words of gratitude, we are creating an atmosphere of positivity and abundance. Words of thanksgiving invite God's presence into our lives and into our day. They help us focus on the good and magnify His blessings. By speaking these words of gratitude, we are declaring our faith in God's goodness and acknowledging His power in our life. Throughout the day, we can carry this spirit of gratitude with us. As we go about our tasks, we can continue to thank God for His provision, His wisdom, and His presence. Gratitude is not just a one-time act, but a continuous attitude that transforms our hearts and minds. When we choose to live in gratitude, we begin to see the world through a lens of positivity and possibility. We become more aware of the blessings around us, and we begin to attract more things to be thankful for. Let us take a moment to thank God for the gift of this day. We thank Him for the breath in our lungs, the strength in our bodies, and the love in our hearts. We thank Him for the opportunities that await us, for the people we will meet, and for the lessons we will learn. We thank Him for the peace that surpasses understanding and the joy that fills our hearts. We thank Him for the simple pleasures and the grand blessings. We thank Him for His grace, His mercy, and His unfailing love. As we move forward into the day, let us carry this spirit of thanksgiving with us. Let our words and actions be a reflection of our gratitude to God. Let us be mindful of the blessings we have, and let us give thanks for them each and every day. May our hearts be full of gratitude, and may our lives be a testament to God's goodness and faithfulness. And as we go about our day, may we continue to count our blessings, for in doing so we open ourselves to receive even more of the goodness that God has in store for us. As we continue on this journey of gratitude, let us reflect on how deeply our hearts are connected to God's love and provision. Every moment of our existence is an opportunity to acknowledge Him, to thank Him, and to allow His divine presence to fill every part of our lives. There is something profoundly transformative about starting each day with a heart full of thanksgiving. It shapes our attitudes, our decisions, and our responses to the world around us. When we begin our day in this way, we invite God's peace into our hearts, creating an environment of harmony and spiritual alignment. In the stillness of the morning before the world awakens, we have a precious opportunity to commune with God. This quiet time is a sacred moment to remember that He is the creator of all things, and in Him all things hold together. We are reminded that He is the source of every good gift, and every blessing in our lives flows from His loving hand. Each day is a new gift, and it is up to us to recognize the beauty and the potential that it holds. When we wake up and say thank you to God, we acknowledge that He has given us yet another chance to live, to love, and to serve. Giving thanks in the morning is also a reminder of the many blessings that we may sometimes take for granted. We often become so focused on the things we want or feel we lack that we overlook the abundance we already have. But the truth is that we are rich in blessings. Even in moments of struggle, God is present, and there are countless things we can give thanks for. Our health, no matter how fragile, is a gift. The people we love and who love us in return are gifts. The breath we take, the thoughts we think, and the experiences we have are all gifts. The more we open our eyes to these blessings, the more we begin to see the endless ways that God is at work in our life. Let us not forget the profound impact that a grateful heart can have on our mental and emotional well-being. Scientific studies have shown that gratitude has a direct effect on our happiness. When we express thanks, we release feelings of negativity and stress, replacing them with positive emotions and peace. This is not only a mental shift, but it is a spiritual one as well. God has created us to live in a state of joy and contentment, and gratitude aligns us with that divine design. It opens us up to receiving more of His goodness and allows His joy to flood our hearts. In the morning, when we take the time to thank God, we are also setting the tone for the day ahead. We are declaring that no matter what comes our way, we will choose to see the good. We may face challenges, but we know that God is with us, and that is reason enough to be thankful. We are acknowledging that even in the midst of difficulty, He is faithful and His love never fails. When we express gratitude, we activate our faith, trusting that God will lead us through the day with wisdom and strength. With every challenge, He provides us with the tools and grace we need to overcome. The power of thanksgiving extends beyond our own lives and into the lives of those around us. As we give thanks, we become a light to others. Our gratitude is contagious, and it invites those we encounter to recognize the blessings in their own lives. We become carriers of God's love and peace, radiating His goodness to everyone we meet. Our attitude of thankfulness can be a source of encouragement to those who may be struggling or feeling discouraged. When others see our joy and peace, they are drawn to the same source of blessing, God Himself. Thanking God each morning also serves as a reminder of the promises He has made to us. The Bible is full of promises that remind us that God is always with us, that He will never leave us or forsake us, and that He will provide for all our needs. When we give thanks, we are not only acknowledging the blessings we have, but we are also declaring our faith in God's promises. We trust that He will continue to provide, guide, and protect us. Our gratitude becomes a testimony of our trust in His faithfulness. It strengthens our confidence that He is working everything together for our good, even when we don't fully understand the circumstances. In our times of prayer, as we thank God for the blessings we've received, we also become more aware of our role in His divine plan. We are reminded that we are not here by accident, but that God has a purpose for each of us. Every blessing is an opportunity to serve, to give, and to be a blessing to others. When we are grateful for what we have, we are more likely to share it with those around us. Our blessings are meant to flow through us, and when we thank God, we open our hearts to be vessels of His love and goodness to others. Each moment we spend in gratitude strengthens our connection to God. It deepens our relationship with Him and allows us to experience His love in a more intimate way. When we take the time to give thanks, we invite God into every part of our lives. We surrender our plans and our desires to Him, trusting that His will for us is good. We trust that He knows what is best for us and that He will guide us toward the fulfillment of His purpose. Gratitude becomes the bridge that connects us to His divine wisdom and direction. As we move through the day, let us remain mindful of the blessings we've received. It is easy to get caught up in the busyness of life, but when we practice gratitude, we train ourselves to notice the goodness of God in every moment. We begin to see that He is at work in even the smallest details of our lives. A kind word from a stranger, the beauty of nature, or the laughter of a child, all of these are gifts from God, and we can be thankful for them. In our moments of gratitude, we acknowledge that God is present with us in every aspect of our lives. Let us also remember that thanksgiving is not just for the good times, but for the difficult moments as well. It is in those times that our faith is tested and our trust in God is refined. When we face challenges, it is easy to feel overwhelmed or discouraged. But when we choose to give thanks, even in those moments, we shift our focus from the problem to the solution. We remember that God is bigger than any problem and that His power is greater than any challenge. In the midst of hardship, thanksgiving becomes an act of surrender and trust in God's ability to turn every situation around for our good. Thanking God each morning is a powerful way to start the day with intention and purpose. It helps us cultivate a heart of gratitude that stays with us throughout the day. When we express thanks, we acknowledge that we are not in control, but that God is. We trust that He will guide our steps, provide for our needs, and protect us from harm. We can face the day with confidence, knowing that His presence goes before us. Gratitude is a gift that keeps on giving. The more we give thanks, the more we realize how much we have to be thankful for. It becomes a cycle of blessing that continues to grow. The more we recognize and appreciate the good in our lives, the more good we attract. God's blessings are endless, and when we live with a heart of gratitude, we open ourselves up to receive even more of His love and provision. Gratitude transforms our hearts, our minds, and our lives, bringing us closer to God and His divine purpose for us. As we continue to give thanks each morning, we must remember that this practice is not merely a routine, but a profound act of faith. Every time we express gratitude, we acknowledge the countless ways in which God has been faithful to us. It's easy to overlook the ordinary blessings. Waking up with breath in our lungs, having a roof over our heads, the people who care about us. All of these are gifts, and acknowledging them helps us align ourselves with God's will. Through this simple act, we experience a deeper connection with His love and provision, and we begin to see that every day is a divine opportunity. There is power in gratitude, particularly when we start our days with it. It is not only an expression of thanksgiving, but also a declaration of trust. Each time we thank God for the blessings we have, we express our faith in His goodness and His ability to provide. This act shapes our hearts to be more receptive to His blessings, and it opens the door for more miracles to manifest in our lives. When we start the day by acknowledging God's presence, we invite Him to lead us through the day. We are not just thanking Him for what has been, but also for what is yet to come. We are trusting that He is in control, that He is the author of our stories, and that He will equip us with everything we need. A morning filled with gratitude doesn't just affect our spiritual lives. It changes our perspective on everything. It brings a sense of peace and clarity to our minds, preparing us for the day ahead. When we remember to give thanks, we step out of bed with an attitude of possibility rather than a sense of dread or frustration. We stop focusing on what we don't have and begin to recognize the abundance that already exists. So gratitude shifts our energy from lack to abundance, from fear to faith, and from hopelessness to hope. It becomes a lens through which we see the world and everything in it. And with this perspective, our actions and responses to challenges are transformed. Gratitude also reminds us that God's presence is constant. It is not just in the good moments, but in the difficult ones as well. Each challenge we face is an opportunity for God to show us His power and faithfulness. When we thank God during times of trial, we acknowledge His sovereignty over all things. It is in these moments that we begin to understand that God is shaping us, growing us, and preparing us for something greater. Even when we cannot see the way forward, our gratitude becomes an anchor that keeps us grounded in His promises. God uses these times to teach us to lean on Him more fully, and He often reveals His love to us in deeper ways through our struggles. As we cultivate a heart of gratitude, we begin to experience a shift in our relationships with others. Gratitude not only draws us closer to God, but also opens our hearts to those around us. When we are thankful for the blessings we receive, we are more likely to share those blessings with others. Gratitude creates a ripple effect, one that spreads from our hearts to the hearts of those we encounter. When we approach others with a thankful attitude, we become a source of encouragement, light, and hope. Our gratitude reminds others that they too have much to be thankful for, and that God is present in their lives, even in the most challenging moments. Furthermore, gratitude deepens our connection to the community around us. It helps us see the divine in the people we interact with, Every person we meet is a unique reflection of God's image. And when we recognize this, we are more likely to express kindness, patience, and understanding. As we thank God for the people in our lives, we begin to view them through a lens of grace and compassion. Even when people disappoint or hurt us, gratitude helps us release judgment and extend forgiveness. It transforms our hearts into vessels of God's love, and in doing so, we become more aligned with His will for us. Another aspect of gratitude is its role in our mental health. A heart filled with thanks is a heart at peace. When we focus on what is good, lovely, and praiseworthy, our minds are freed from negativity and worry. Thankfulness helps us to overcome anxiety and stress, reminding us that God is bigger than any obstacle we face. When we give thanks, we shift our focus from problems to solutions, from struggles to victories. It reminds us that God is always working in the background, orchestrating every detail of our lives for our good. This shift in perspective allows us to trust God more fully, knowing that we are never alone in our journey. Gratitude, when practiced consistently, leads to a life of joy. This joy is not dependent on circumstances, but is rooted in the steadfast love of God. It is a deep and abiding sense of contentment that comes from knowing that we are loved by the Creator of the universe, that He has a plan for our lives, and that He is with us every step of the way. When we start our mornings by counting our blessings, we cultivate an attitude of joy that lasts throughout the day. This joy is contagious, and it becomes a source of strength and encouragement for those around us. In addition to transforming our attitudes and relationships, gratitude empowers us to take action. When we are thankful for the resources and opportunities God has given us, we are more inclined to use them for His glory. Gratitude motivates us to serve others, to be faithful stewards of the talents and gifts God has entrusted to us. It calls us to live with purpose and intention, knowing that everything we have is a gift from God and should be used to bring Him honor. As we express our thanks, we are reminded that our lives are not our own, but are meant to be lived for His purposes. Gratitude encourages us to pursue our calling with passion and dedication, trusting that God will provide everything we need along the way. Through gratitude, we also open ourselves to receiving more from God. When we are thankful for what we have, we acknowledge that God is the source of every good thing, and we trust that He will continue to bless us abundantly. Our hearts become more receptive to His gifts, and we begin to recognize the many ways in which He is at work in our lives. Gratitude shifts our mindset from scarcity to abundance, reminding us that there is always more than enough when we trust in God's provision. It opens the floodgates of heaven, allowing God's blessings to flow into our lives in ways we could never have imagined. As we continue on our journey of gratitude, let us remember that it is a practice, not a one-time event. Each day is an opportunity to give thanks for the goodness of God. The more we practice gratitude, the more it becomes a natural part of who we are. It shapes our hearts, minds, and spirits, aligning us with God's will and drawing us closer to His heart. Gratitude brings us peace, joy, and contentment, and it allows us to see the beauty and blessings that are all around us. Every morning is a new chance to give thanks, to recognize God's goodness, and to live in alignment with His divine purpose for our lives. Let us embrace each day with a heart full of thanksgiving, knowing that as we do, we are inviting God to lead us, guide us, and bless us beyond measure. As we continue to practice gratitude each morning, let us remember that it is not just a ritual or a mere habit, but a profound way of living. It is the acknowledgement of God's unwavering presence and the recognition of His divine blessings in all aspects of our lives. Every moment that we breathe, every step we take, and every gift we receive comes from the gracious hand of our Creator. When we begin our day with thankfulness, we are shifting the focus from the distractions and challenges of the world to the infinite goodness of God. We are consciously choosing to turn our hearts toward Him and express our dependence on His love and provision. Starting the day with gratitude creates a spiritual foundation that can carry us through even the most difficult of circumstances. There will be moments when things don't go as planned, when obstacles appear too big to overcome, and when we feel overwhelmed. But in these moments, gratitude can be our anchor. reminding us that God's promises are true and that He will never leave us or forsake us. By simply thanking Him for His presence, we invite His peace into our hearts. When our hearts are filled with gratitude, fear, doubt, and anxiety cannot take root. We begin to see beyond the immediate struggles and understand that God's plan is always greater than any momentary setback. There is something so beautiful and transforming about starting the day with a prayer of thanks. It becomes a sacred act of submission, where we acknowledge that our lives are not our own but belong to Him. By surrendering our plans, worries, and hopes to Him, we demonstrate trust in His guidance. This prayerful attitude sets the tone for the rest of the day, shifting our focus from what we do not have to all that we do have. It causes us to stop and reflect on the countless ways that God has shown up in our lives, the relationships we have, the strength He provides, and the opportunities He opens for us. When we begin each day by thanking God, we are opening ourselves to His divine will. We are choosing to move in alignment with His purpose, trusting that He will direct our steps. Gratitude is also a powerful way of cultivating a positive mindset. In a world that often emphasizes what we lack or what we desire, gratitude helps us refocus on what is already abundant in our lives. It teaches us to look at our circumstances through the lens of God's provision and grace. When we give thanks, we remind ourselves that there is always something to be thankful for, no matter how small it may seem, whether it's the warm rays of sunlight that greet us in the morning or the kindness of a friend. Every blessing is a reflection of God's love. By expressing gratitude, we not only acknowledge these blessings, but also invite more of God's goodness into our lives. When we give thanks for what we have, it opens the door for even greater blessings to flow in. Gratitude aligns us with God's heart, and when we align ourselves with Him, we can trust that He will continue to pour His blessings into our lives. Moreover, gratitude leads to greater contentment. In a culture that constantly pushes for more success, more possessions, more achievements, gratitude teaches us to appreciate what we already have. It helps us to see that true fulfillment does not come from external accomplishments, but from recognizing the gifts we have already received. By giving thanks each morning, we cultivate a sense of peace and satisfaction, knowing that we are enough just as we are. We don't need to chase after things to feel fulfilled, because our fulfillment comes from the presence of God. We are whole and complete in Him. Gratitude reminds us of this truth and helps us to walk in the freedom that comes from knowing that we are already blessed. This practice of giving thanks also has a profound effect on our relationships. When we are thankful, we are more likely to express appreciation to others. Gratitude opens our hearts to those around us, and it encourages us to look for the good in others. Instead of focusing on what others may not have done or how they may have disappointed us, gratitude shifts our focus to the positive qualities in the people we interact with. It helps us to see them through the eyes of love and grace rather than judgment or criticism. When we express gratitude for the people in our lives, we strengthen our relationships and create a sense of mutual respect and admiration. A thankful heart is always generous with its love and appreciation. Furthermore, gratitude strengthens our faith. When we reflect on the ways God has blessed us, we are reminded of His faithfulness and provision in the past. This remembrance encourages us to trust Him more fully in the present and future. Gratitude is a testimony of God's goodness and a declaration that we believe in His promises. Each time we thank Him, we affirm that we believe He is working in our lives even when we cannot see the full picture. Gratitude helps us to remember that God is sovereign and that everything He does is for our good. This unwavering faith in God's character and His ability to work all things together for good allows us to face the challenges of life with hope and confidence. One of the most beautiful aspects of gratitude is its ability to transform our outlook on life. When we approach each day with a heart of thanksgiving, we begin to see the beauty in even the smallest moments. The mundane becomes sacred, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Gratitude helps us to appreciate life as it is, not just as we wish it to be. It opens our eyes to the blessings we may have overlooked or taken for granted. By simply pausing to give thanks, we become more present and aware of God's presence in our lives. We begin to see that He is at work in every moment, whether in the joy of a sunny morning or in the quiet stillness of a rainy afternoon. With gratitude, we are able to appreciate each day as a precious gift, knowing that God is with us in every moment. In addition to transforming our perspective, gratitude also enhances our emotional well-being. It has been scientifically proven that people who regularly practice gratitude experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. Gratitude shifts our mindset from focusing on the negative aspects of life to recognizing the positive, which can significantly improve our mood. When we express thanks, we are acknowledging the goodness of God, and this act of recognition fills our hearts with peace and joy. We are less likely to become consumed by worry or fear when we are focused on all the things we have to be grateful for. Gratitude helps us to release negative emotions and cultivate a heart of joy and contentment. Gratitude is not only an individual practice, but also a communal one. When we express gratitude, we create an atmosphere of gratitude around us. Our thankfulness becomes contagious, and it has the power to uplift those around us. When we thank God for His blessings, we invite others to do the same. Gratitude is a unifying force, bringing people together in a shared recognition of God's goodness. As we express our gratitude, we inspire others to reflect on the ways God has been faithful in their lives. It creates a ripple effect, spreading love and encouragement throughout our communities. Lastly, gratitude opens our hearts to greater opportunities. When we are thankful for what we have, we position ourselves to receive more from God. Gratitude shifts our focus from lack to abundance, from scarcity to prosperity. It opens our eyes to the possibilities that lie ahead, reminding us that God is always at work, preparing us for something greater. By giving thanks for the present, we make room for God's future blessings to flow into our lives. The gratitude is an invitation for God to do more in us and through us, and when we respond with a heart of thankfulness, we make ourselves available for the next chapter of God's plan. Each day, as we rise and reflect on all that God has done, let us remember that gratitude is a powerful tool that transforms our hearts and minds. It deepens our connection with God, strengthens our faith, and opens our eyes to the blessings all around us. Through gratitude, we not only honor God, but also invite His peace, joy, and provision into every area of our lives. As we give thanks each morning, we are setting ourselves on a path of blessing, peace, and divine purpose. Let us continue to cultivate hearts of gratitude, knowing that as we do, we will experience the fullness of God's love and grace in every moment of our lives. As we step into each new day, let us take a moment to center ourselves and remind our hearts that gratitude is not just a word we speak, but a way of life. In the quiet moments of our morning, before the world rushes in, we have the sacred opportunity to acknowledge God's presence and grace. We are reminded of the fact that God is not a distant figure, but a loving Father who is intimately involved in every detail of our lives. When we begin each day with thanksgiving, we are aligning ourselves with His will, opening our hearts to receive His blessings, and positioning ourselves to see His hand at work in all things. Gratitude is a spiritual practice that allows us to reconnect with our purpose and our Creator. It is not merely about being thankful for what we have, but it's about acknowledging the greatness of God and recognizing that everything we have is a gift from Him. The beauty of gratitude is that it shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have. When we give thanks, we are acknowledging that the things we often take for granted, our health, our family, our jobs, and the ability to breathe and live, are not just coincidences, but are divine gifts from a loving God. By practicing gratitude each morning, we invite God's presence into our hearts and allow His peace to wash over us. When we open our eyes in the morning, we are reminded of the countless ways in which God has already provided for us. From the simplest things like the warmth of the sunlight or the ability to take a deep breath, to the greater things, such as the relationships we are blessed with and the work He has set before us. There is always something to be thankful for. And even in those moments when life feels heavy, when the world seems overwhelming, and when the weight of our problems threatens to consume us, gratitude becomes our shield. It is in those very moments that we must pause and thank God for His presence, for His promises, and for the strength that He provides. When we practice gratitude, we are actively choosing to focus on the goodness of God rather than the trials that come our way. Life may not always be easy, and we may face difficulties that challenge us beyond measure, but in those moments we have the choice to give thanks. In fact, the more we are faced with challenges, the more we should turn our hearts to gratitude. The Bible teaches us to give thanks in all circumstances, not because we are thankful for the trials themselves, but because we trust that God is working in and through them. Even in the hardest moments, we know that He is with us, carrying us through, and that His plan for us is far greater than what we can see in the present moment. There is something profoundly humbling about waking up each day and taking a moment to acknowledge the blessings that surround us. It reminds us that we are not in control of everything, but that God is. We do not have to figure it all out on our own because He has already gone before us. Each morning as we offer our thanks, we are surrendering our lives to His divine guidance. It is a beautiful act of trust and faith, acknowledging that He is the source of every good thing in our lives. It is a simple but powerful reminder that He is the one who holds our future in His hands, and that no matter what lies ahead, He will be with us every step of the way. Gratitude also has the power to shift our mindset and transform the way we see the world. It changes our perspective from one of scarcity to one of abundance. Often we find ourselves focused on what we don't have, the things we are striving for, or the desires that have not yet been fulfilled. But when we take the time to give thanks, we begin to see that we already have everything we need in this moment. We realize that the blessings we have, though they may seem small at times, are far more than enough. And in recognizing this, we are able to let go of the need to constantly pursue more. We find contentment in the present moment, knowing that God has provided for us in every way. Furthermore, gratitude has a ripple effect. When we practice thankfulness in our own lives, it spreads to others. Gratitude is contagious. When we choose to give thanks, we not only invite more blessings into our own lives, but we also become a blessing to those around us. Our words of gratitude can uplift others, encourage them in their own journey, and inspire them to cultivate a heart of thankfulness as well. When we express gratitude to others, we are acknowledging their worth and showing them that we see and appreciate the goodness in their lives. Gratitude then becomes a tool for building stronger relationships and fostering a spirit of unity and love. As we continue to practice gratitude each day, we may find that it transforms our relationships with others as well. When we approach others with a thankful heart, we begin to see them not as obstacles or irritations, but as people who have been placed in our lives for a reason. We begin to appreciate the unique qualities they bring to our world and recognize that just like us, they are walking through life with their own struggles, joys, and dreams. Gratitude opens our hearts to be more patient, more understanding, and more compassionate toward others. It helps us to forgive more readily, to show kindness without expecting anything in return, and to love more deeply. There is also power in collective gratitude. When we come together as a community to offer our thanks to God, there is a spiritual unity that is created. The Bible encourages us to give thanks together in the assembly of believers, for there is something powerful about joining our voices in worship and thanksgiving. When we gather with others to praise God and thank Him for His goodness, our hearts are lifted and our faith is strengthened. It is a reminder that we are not alone in this journey and that we are part of a greater family that shares in the blessings and burdens of life. Together, our gratitude becomes a form of worship, honoring God and acknowledging His faithfulness in our lives. In times of difficulty, when it feels as though we are walking through a storm, gratitude can become the anchor that holds us steady. When we don't know where to turn or what to do, gratitude reminds us that we can still find peace in the midst of the storm. It centers us on the truth that God is faithful, that He is sovereign, and that He is working everything for our good. Even in our darkest moments, we can still give thanks for His presence and for the hope that He offers. Gratitude helps us to remember that the storm is temporary, but God's love and faithfulness are eternal. It shifts our focus from the chaos around us to the peace that is found in Him alone. When we reflect on the blessings in our lives, we also begin to see the ways in which God has shaped and molded us through our experiences. Every challenge we face, every triumph, and every moment of growth is a testimony to His work in us. Gratitude becomes an opportunity to reflect on the person we are becoming and to give thanks for the transformation that is taking place in our hearts. We may not always see the changes immediately, but as we look back, we can see how God has been faithful to shape us, refine us, and help us grow into the people He created us to be. In this journey of life, it is easy to get caught up in the busyness of our days, the demands of our work, and the distractions of the world. But gratitude grounds us in the present moment and helps us to remain focused on what truly matters. It invites us to slow down, to pause, and to take in the blessings that surround us. Let us remember that every new day is a gift from God, and it is an opportunity to give thanks for all that He has done and will continue to do in our lives. Gratitude not only transforms our hearts, but also transforms our entire outlook on life. It fills us with peace, joy, and contentment, and it strengthens our faith and relationships. As we give thanks for the blessings we have, we open ourselves to receive even more of God's goodness. And as we share our gratitude with others, we create a ripple effect of blessing and love that extends far beyond ourselves. So let us continue to thank God for each day, each breath, and each blessing, knowing that He is good, He is faithful, and He is with us always. In conclusion, as we start each new day, let us remember the profound power of gratitude. It is a practice that centers our hearts, aligns our spirits with God's will, and transforms the way we see the world. By giving thanks, we acknowledge that every blessing, big or small, is a gift from our loving Creator, and we open ourselves to His presence in every moment. Gratitude shifts our perspective from scarcity to abundance, reminding us of the countless ways God has already provided for us. When we give thanks, we not only honor God's faithfulness in our own lives, but we also inspire those around us to embrace a heart of thankfulness. Gratitude strengthens relationships, builds community, and fosters unity in ways that words alone cannot express. Even in the most challenging of times, gratitude becomes our anchor, keeping us grounded in the truth that God is with us, working all things for our good. So as we rise each morning, let us take a moment to reflect, to offer our thanks, and to trust in the blessings yet to come. Let gratitude be our daily prayer, for in it we find peace, joy, and the assurance that God is with us every step of the way. May we continue to count our blessings, knowing that with a grateful heart, we are drawing closer to the abundant life that God has promised us. This moment right now is divine. You are not here by accident, not listening to these words by chance. There are no coincidences in the great tapestry of life, only signs, only messages whispered into the depths of your soul. You have prayed, you have waited, and now the sign is before you. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. The reality you long for is not in some distant future, it is here, waiting for you to claim it. The world around you may look the same, but do not be deceived by appearances. What is unseen is more real than what is seen. Your desire, your vision, already exists in the unseen, waiting for you to bring it forth. The struggle, the delays, the disappointments, they were never meant to break you. They were meant to shape you, to prepare you for what is coming. You have endured, and now the moment approaches where the unseen becomes seen, where the promise manifests before your very eyes. Look no longer at lack. Look no longer at struggle. These things do not define you. What defines you is the truth within, the knowing that what you seek is already yours. The door is not locked. It has never been locked. The key was never in the hands of the world. It has always been within you. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are the miracle. You are not waiting for a breakthrough. It is waiting for you to step into the awareness that it is done. Doubt whispers that it will take time. Faith declares it is already here. The moment you accept that your desire is fulfilled, you step into a new state of being. You walk differently, think differently, speak differently. The world bends to meet you at the level of your belief. This is not theory, this is truth. You have seen glimpses of it before. Small moments where things aligned perfectly, where prayers were answered in ways you never expected. These were signs, reminders that you are never forgotten, never abandoned. Now, the greatest sign of all is before you. Do you feel it? That stirring within your spirit, that deep knowing that something is shifting, that is not imagination, it is confirmation. Everything you have walked through has led to this moment. The struggle is not the end, it is the doorway. You have been refined in the fire, and now you emerge stronger, clearer, ready. The breakthrough you seek is not in the hands of others, not in the opinions of the world. It is not waiting for the right circumstances, the perfect conditions. It is waiting for you. The moment you surrender doubt, the moment you release fear, the moment you say it is done, all of heaven moves to bring it forth. Doors that seem closed forever will open. Paths you never saw before will unfold. And you will know without a shadow of a doubt that this was never about struggle. It was always about faith. This moment is not ordinary, it is sacred. You have been drawn to this message, not by accident, but by divine order. Everything within you has been seeking, longing, pressing forward, believing, and sometimes even doubting. But hear this now, your breakthrough is not far. It is not hidden in the distant future. It is here, in this very moment, waiting for you to awaken to its reality. The signs have been all around you, whispering to you in moments of silence, nudging you in dreams, revealing themselves in ways too perfect to be mere coincidence. And now, this is the confirmation, this is the sign. You have not been forgotten, you have not been abandoned. What you have been seeking is already seeking you. The world may have told you to wait, to be patient, to keep struggling, to accept that things take time. But the truth is, time is an illusion. The only thing that separates you from your breakthrough is your own awareness of it. What you desire, what you have prayed for, what you have cried for in the silent hours of the night is not something that must be earned. It is something that already belongs to you. The door is open, but only faith can walk through it. The mind that is caught in waiting, in longing, in doubting, will always see delay. But the mind that knows, the mind that accepts, the mind that declares it is done, will see it manifest as surely as the sun rises. You have been through much. You have faced struggles that others do not see. You have carried burdens that have tried to break you. But you are still here. You are still standing, and this is not because you are merely surviving, it is because you are being prepared. Every tear you have shed has watered the soil of your future. Every moment of pain has been shaping you, refining you, making you ready for what is coming. You may have thought the delays were setbacks, but they were setups. The moments of waiting were not moments of denial, they were moments of alignment, moments of preparation. Moments where your faith was being strengthened so that you could hold the weight of the blessing that is about to unfold. Feel this truth deep within you now. Everything that has been promised to you is already yours. You are not hoping for it, you are not chasing it, it is already done. The unseen is more real than the seen. The world around you is only a reflection of the beliefs you hold within. What you accept as true in your heart will be made visible before your eyes. And so, if you would dare to shift, if you would dare to rise above the noise of doubt and declare with absolute certainty that your breakthrough is now, then nothing in this world could stand against it. Look at your life not as it is, but as you desire it to be. See yourself already in possession of the blessing. Feel the joy of it. Walk in the confidence of it. Speak as though it is already done, because the moment you do, heaven moves on your behalf. Circumstances shift. People are placed in position. The impossible becomes possible, and what once seemed like a distant dream becomes your living reality. There is no force on earth that can stop what is meant for you. No mistake you have made, no obstacle in your path, no opposition from the world can delay what has already been ordained. The only thing that can delay it is the refusal to believe that it is yours. You do not need to beg for what is already yours. You do not need to struggle for what has already been given. The law of the divine is simple. What you believe, you receive. What you expect, you attract. What you accept, you become. And so, if you would only stand firm, if you would only claim your blessing with unwavering faith, if you would only declare with the authority that has been given to you, "It is mine," then you would see it unfold before your eyes. Fear may try to whisper that it is not possible. The mind may try to reason that it will take time. But faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith does not wait for proof. Faith does not ask for confirmation. Faith knows. And when you know, truly know, deep within your soul, that your breakthrough is now, then nothing in this world can keep it from you. There will always be voices that try to make you doubt. There will always be circumstances that try to shake your faith. But this is where you must stand firm. Do not waver. Do not shrink back. The blessing is not for the one who waits in fear. It is for the one who steps forward in boldness, for the one who refuses to accept anything less than what has already been given. You are not small. You are not powerless. You are not waiting for permission to receive what is yours. It is already done. Look around you now with different eyes. See beyond the temporary. See beyond the struggles. See beyond the delays. What you desire is already present in the unseen. It is already formed. It is already finished. You are not trying to create it. You are only aligning yourself with it. And the way you align is by believing, by declaring, by knowing. There will come a moment when you look back on this time and realize that the waiting was never truly waiting. It was a process of becoming, a process of stepping into the awareness that you were never without, never lacking, never forgotten. And when that moment comes, when the breakthrough appears, when the prayers are answered, when the doors open wide, you will know that it was never about struggle. It was always about faith. It was always about seeing beyond what the eyes can see and believing in the unseen with every fiber of your being. Hold fast now. Stand firm. Do not let go of this knowing. Your breakthrough is not just coming, it is here. It is done. It is yours. Everything is aligning. Even now, forces unseen are moving on your behalf. The shift has already taken place. What was once hidden is being revealed. What once felt far away is now within reach. There is no more waiting, no more delaying, no more wondering if you are worthy. You have always been worthy. The blessing has always been yours. The only thing left for you to do is claim it, to walk in it, to embody the truth that it is already done. The world may try to tell you otherwise. It may show you obstacles, struggles, and delays. It may try to convince you that things are not changing. But you must not look with the eyes of the flesh. You must look with the eyes of faith. What is seen is temporary. What is unseen is eternal. What you hold within your heart is more powerful than anything you can see around you. The circumstances do not define your reality. Your belief does. And if you believe now, if you accept now, if you declare now that your breakthrough is here, then nothing can stop it from unfolding. There is no force strong enough to hold back what is divinely ordained. No circumstance, no person, no past mistake can keep you from what has already been set in motion. The moment you chose faith over fear, the moment you decided to believe in the unseen rather than be swayed by what is in front of you, everything shifted. You may not see it yet with your eyes, but in the realm of the unseen it is already finished. The path has already been cleared. The doors have already been opened. The way has already been made. Hold on to this truth now. Let it sink deep into your spirit. You have come too far to turn back. You have endured too much to give up now. Every challenge, every trial, every delay has only served to make you stronger, to prepare you for the blessing that is unfolding. It was never a punishment. It was never meant to break you. It was meant to mold you, to shape you, to make you ready for what is coming. There is a version of you, a higher version, that already lives in the reality you desire. That version of you is confident, at peace, walking in abundance, surrounded by favor. That version of you does not doubt, does not worry, does not question. That version of you knows. And right now, in this moment, you have the power to step into that version of yourself. You have the power to embody the reality you've been longing for. You do not need to wait for circumstances to change. You must change first. The moment you shift, everything around you shifts. The signs have been everywhere. The confirmations have been coming. Every time you felt a deep knowing, every time you saw a small glimpse of what is possible, every time you felt an unshakable peace in the midst of uncertainty, that was a sign. That was proof that what you desire is not just wishful thinking. It is real. It is meant for you. You must now rise above doubt. You must now silence the thoughts that tell you it is not possible. You must now walk in the fullness of what has already been given, speak it as though it is already done, feel it as though it is already yours, carry yourself with the confidence of someone who already knows that they have received, because the moment you do, the entire universe must respond. Everything must align with the reality you hold in your heart. The breakthrough is not separate from you. It is not something you are trying to reach. It is something that already exists within you, waiting for you to fully accept it. Fear may try to creep in, but fear has no power here. Doubt may try to whisper, but doubt has no authority. The truth is stronger than any illusion. And the truth is, your life is changing even now. Things are shifting even now. The unseen is becoming seen even now. Every moment, every breath, every step you take in faith is bringing you closer to the visible manifestation of what has already been set in motion. You are not waiting for it to happen. It is already happening. Let go of the old. Release the thoughts that no longer serve you. Release the habits that keep you tied to the past. Release the belief that you must struggle to receive what is already yours. The moment you let go, the moment you surrender fully to the knowing that it is done, you will see the evidence unfold before your very eyes. The timing is perfect, the path is clear, everything is working in your favor. You do not need to know how it will happen. That is not your concern. Your only responsibility is to believe, to trust, to walk as if it is already yours. Because it is. Everything you have been seeking is seeking you. Everything you have been waiting for has been waiting for you to step into alignment. The moment you match the frequency of your blessing, nothing can stop it from manifesting. Feel the shift now. Feel the peace that comes with knowing it is done. Feel the weight of doubt lifting, the burden of waiting dissolving. You are already there. You are already in the reality you desire. Time is an illusion. The only thing that matters is your belief in this moment. If you would dare to believe fully, to trust completely, to walk in absolute certainty, you would see miracles unfold before your very eyes. You have always been powerful. You have always been divinely guided. Every step, every moment, every experience has led you to this realization. And now you stand on the edge of the greatest breakthrough of your life. The only thing left to do is claim it, embrace it, walk in it. The time is now. The moment is here. It is already done. Every breath you take is a confirmation that life is moving in your favor. Every beat of your heart is proof that the unseen is working on your behalf. You are not separate from the power that creates worlds. You are not separate from the divine intelligence that governs all things. You are one with it. And because you are one with it, there is no struggle, no lack, no delay. Only unfolding, only alignment, only the continuous expression of what has always been yours. What you are seeking is not outside of you. It is not something you must chase. It is something you must allow. It is something you must recognize as already existing within you. There is no distance between you and your breakthrough. There is no separation between you and your desire. The only separation is the illusion that you must wait, that you must strive, that you must prove yourself worthy. but you are already worthy. You were born worthy. The moment you understand this truth, everything shifts. The chains of limitation break, the weight of doubt disappears, the fear of failure vanishes, because in that moment you realize you were never waiting for a breakthrough. Your breakthrough was waiting for you to rise above doubt, waiting for you to release fear, waiting for you to claim what has always been yours. You do not have to beg for what has already been given. You do not have to plead for what is already yours. You do not have to seek permission for what was destined for you before time began. The universe does not operate in uncertainty. It does not hesitate. It does not second-guess itself. It moves with absolute certainty, with divine precision, with unwavering faith in its own perfection. And because you are one with that power, you must move in the same way. Walk as if you already have it. Speak as if it is already yours. Think as if the reality you desire is the only reality that exists. Because the moment you do, the moment you fully embody that knowing, the outer world has no choice but to conform. It must bend to the truth you hold in your heart. It must reflect the conviction that radiates from within you. The unseen must become seen. The invisible must become visible. The promise must become reality. There is no force strong enough to block what is divinely appointed for you. No obstacle is greater than the power that flows through you. No delay can outlast the certainty of a heart that believes. The only question is, will you believe now? Will you trust now? Will you let go of doubt now? Because the moment you do, everything you have been waiting for will flood into your life as if it had been there all along. There is no need to wait for permission. There is no need to wait for signs. The signs have already been given. Every moment of deep knowing, every whisper of intuition, every moment of peace in the midst of uncertainty has been a sign. Every time you felt a shift in your spirit, every time you caught a glimpse of what is possible, every time you felt an unshakable calm in the middle of the storm, that was a sign. A sign that it is already done, a sign that your breakthrough is not coming, it is here. Do not be distracted by what your eyes see. Do not be swayed by what circumstances suggest. The physical world is nothing more than a reflection of past thoughts, past beliefs, past assumptions. But the moment you change your belief, the moment you shift your assumption, the moment you decide that nothing can stop what is already yours, reality must obey. It has no choice. It is law. You are not a victim of life. You are the creator of your experience. You are not subject to circumstances. Circumstances are subject to you. The moment you take your rightful place as the author of your reality, everything changes. You no longer wait. You no longer hope. You no longer wonder if it will happen. You know. And because you know, it must be so. Feel the power of this truth. Let it wash over you. Let it sink into the deepest part of your being. Let it dissolve every lingering doubt, every old fear, every past hesitation. You are no longer who you were yesterday. You are no longer the person who questioned, who hesitated, who waited for proof before believing. You are now the person who knows, who trusts, who walks in certainty. Your breakthrough is not a distant dream. It is not a wish. It is not a possibility. It is a reality. A reality that already exists, waiting for you to claim it. And the moment you do, the moment you fully step into that truth, nothing can stop it from unfolding. The doors that seemed closed will swing open. The delays that seemed endless will vanish. The path that seemed uncertain will become clear. Because it was never about the external world. It was always about you, your belief, your knowing, your willingness to trust in what cannot yet be seen. You have been prepared for this moment. Everything you have faced, everything you have endured, everything you have overcome has led you to this realization. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was in vain. Every step, every lesson, every challenge was shaping you, refining you, making you ready to receive what has always been yours. You did not come this far to stop now. You did not endure so much just to turn back. The promise has already been fulfilled. The manifestation is already unfolding. The only thing left for you to do is accept it. Speak it now, claim it now, walk in it now, feel it now. Because the moment you do, the moment you truly believe, the world around you will shift in ways you never imagined. What seemed impossible will become inevitable. What seemed far away will become your present reality. What seemed like a dream will become the life you wake up to every single day. You have always been powerful. You have always been divinely favored. You have always been chosen. And now you stand at the threshold of the greatest breakthrough of your life. The only thing left to do is step forward in faith, knowing that it is already done. There is no force in this world that can keep from you what has already been written in your name. No delay is strong enough, no obstacle is large enough, no opposition is powerful enough to stop what has been divinely ordained. The moment you understand this, you no longer beg, you no longer plead, you no longer wait in uncertainty. You step forward in full confidence, knowing that your breakthrough is not a question of if, but when, and even that when is now. Everything that has happened up to this point has not been to harm you, but to prepare you. Every closed door was a divine redirection. Every disappointment was an unseen blessing. Every delay was an act of grace, ensuring that when you walk into your breakthrough, you will be ready to receive it fully, without fear, without hesitation, without doubt. You were never being denied, you were being refined. Your faith was being strengthened, your heart was being expanded, your mind was being renewed. You do not need to ask for what has already been given. You do not need to seek outside of yourself for confirmation of what is already unfolding. The evidence is within you, that deep knowing, that quiet assurance, that inner peace despite what your physical eyes see. That is the greatest sign you will ever receive. You would not have been given the vision if it were not already yours. You would not feel the pull towards something greater if you were not meant to experience it. The desire itself is the confirmation. The world will try to convince you otherwise. It will show you lack, it will show you limitation, it will show you reasons to doubt. But you must look beyond appearances. You must see beyond what is and focus on what is becoming. What you hold in your imagination, what you affirm in your heart, what you embody in your spirit, that is what determines what unfolds in your life. You are not bound by circumstances. You are not subject to statistics. You are not a prisoner of the past. You are a creator, a co-creator with the divine, shaping reality through the power of belief. It does not matter what has not happened yet. It does not matter what others say is possible or impossible. The moment you decide, the moment you step into the fullness of your faith, the unseen forces begin to rearrange themselves in your favor. The doors you thought were closed begin to open. The resources you thought were out of reach begin to appear. The opportunities you thought had passed you by begin to chase you down. Because nothing can resist the power of a mind that is fully convinced. You have waited long enough. You have doubted long enough. You have questioned long enough. Now is the time to trust. Now is the time to walk forward as if everything you have asked for is already here, because in truth it is. The moment you align yourself with the reality you desire, the moment you embody it in thought, in word, in action, in feeling, it must manifest. This is not wishful thinking. This is not a hopeful fantasy. This is law. You were created with the power to call things into existence. You were given the ability to move mountains, not by effort, but by faith. You were born to be limitless, yet you have allowed yourself to believe in limitation. You were born to walk in divine abundance, yet you have settled for lack. But no more. The time for hesitation is over. The time for uncertainty has passed. Now is the moment to stand firm, to plant your feet in the foundation of unwavering belief, to declare with absolute certainty that your breakthrough is here. Do not wait for physical proof before you believe. Do not wait for external validation before you act. Faith is not about seeing first. It is about knowing first. It is about feeling first. It is about becoming first. And when you do, the world has no choice but to catch up. Reality must reflect the conviction you hold. Circumstances must bend to the truth you embody. The unseen must become seen. The formless must be fulfilled. You have already won. You have already conquered. You have already received. The only thing left is for you to wake up to the truth of who you are and claim it. Stand in your power, walk in your authority, move with the certainty of someone who knows that nothing is missing, nothing is lacking, nothing is out of reach. Because when you do, you will realize that your breakthrough was never far away. It was always within you, waiting for you to recognize it, waiting for you to accept it, waiting for you to declare with unwavering faith that it is already done. You are not bound by the limitations of time or space. The truth of who you are transcends these constraints. The universe operates in perfect order, and within this order there is no delay, there is no waiting, there is only divine timing, and divine timing is always right on time. What you have been desiring, what you have been working toward is already in motion. It has already begun to unfold, even if your eyes cannot see it yet. Even if your mind cannot fully comprehend it, know this: it is closer than you think. What you are experiencing right now is not a setback, it is a set-up for the greatness that is about to enter your life. All of the challenges, the obstacles, the struggles, they are the divine preparation for the breakthrough you are about to experience. You could not have arrived at this moment without passing through these tests. They were necessary. They were part of the process. They were never meant to break you, but to shape you into the person you are now, strong, resilient, and ready to step into your power. The universe never sends you anything you are not capable of handling. It may seem hard at times, it may seem overwhelming, but in those moments, you are being prepared for something greater. When the pressure is high, it is because you are being forged into something more powerful than you ever thought possible. You are a diamond being formed in the fire. You are a tree with deep roots, growing in the storms. The challenges you face are not here to destroy you. They are here to strengthen you, to refine you, to mold you into the version of yourself that is capable of receiving the fullness of the blessings that are coming. Understand that nothing happens by accident. Everything you are going through is part of a larger plan, a divine orchestration that is working for your good. Even when things seem unclear, when it feels like the world is against you, know that everything is happening according to divine order. The forces of the universe are aligning to bring you exactly what you need at the exact right time. It may not come in the way you expect, it may not come in the package you imagined, but it will come. And when it does, it will be exactly what you need to fulfill your purpose and step into the life you have always dreamed of. Do not be discouraged by the time it seems to take. Do not be disheartened by the delays that appear. What you are waiting for is not out there, far off in the distance. It is already here, in the unseen, in the energetic realm. It is already taking shape. And the moment you shift your perception, the moment you align your thoughts and feelings with the knowing that your breakthrough is imminent, you will see it materialize before your eyes. The key is to remain steadfast in your faith, no matter what your circumstances may suggest. The moment you give up, the moment you stop believing, is the moment the manifestation slips further away. But if you hold on, if you keep moving forward with the confidence that what you desire is already yours, then the universe will have no choice but to bring it into your physical reality. Your power lies in your ability to believe without seeing, to trust without evidence, to know without proof. This is where your strength is found. The world may try to convince you that you need to see it to believe it, but that is the very opposite of the law of creation. You must first believe it to see it. You must first feel it in your heart and soul before it can ever manifest in your life. Your inner world shapes your outer world. Your character, your own, what you feel, what you believe, what you expect. This is what the universe will deliver to you. When you begin to live with the knowing that your breakthrough is already here, you stop searching for signs. You stop waiting for external confirmation. You stop questioning the process. You trust fully and completely that what you have asked for is already on its way. And the moment you align yourself with that truth, the universe begins to work in your favor. Things start falling into place. Opportunities begin to present themselves. People, resources, and situations that will support you in your journey start to appear out of nowhere. Understand that this is not by chance, this is not a coincidence. This is the law of attraction at work. This is the law of manifestation. This is the power of your thoughts and beliefs shaping your reality. And the more you focus on what you want, on what is already yours, the more it will come to you. But the key is to believe it now, to know it now, to feel it now. You must walk in the faith that your breakthrough is already unfolding. You must speak it as though it is already here. You must act as though it is already done. And when you do, you will begin to see the results in your life. What you seek is already seeking you. What you desire is already desiring you. The universe is conspiring in your favor. And when you recognize this, when you fully embody the belief that everything you need is already on its way, you will begin to attract everything that aligns with your vision. Do not look to your past for evidence of what is to come. Your past is not a reflection of your future. Your past is simply a series of experiences that have led you to this moment. It is what you do now, in this moment, that determines your future. It is your belief in the unseen, your trust in the divine process, that will determine the shape of what is to come. The breakthrough is not a future event. The breakthrough is now. It is happening right now, in this moment. The question is, are you ready to receive it? Are you ready to step into the fullness of your power? Are you ready to claim what is already yours? You have been prepared for this moment. Everything that has come before has been part of the grand plan. The challenges, the victories, the lessons, they have all been preparing you for the greatness that is about to unfold in your life. You are not the same person you were a year ago. You are not the same person you were a week ago. Every experience has shaped you, has refined you, has made you ready for the breakthrough that is now on its way. Your breakthrough is not just about a new job, a new relationship, a new opportunity. Your breakthrough is about stepping into the full realization of who you are. It is about awakening to your divine potential, to your true power. It is about embracing the truth that you are already whole, already complete, already worthy of every blessing the universe has to offer. And once you step into that truth, once you fully embrace your divine nature, the breakthroughs will come flooding into your life. Not because you have to work for them, not because you have to strive, but because you are now aligned with the energy that attracts them. You are now a magnet for everything you desire. The breakthrough you have been waiting for is not a distant dream, it is already yours. And the moment you believe that, the moment you embody that truth, it will appear in your life in ways you never imagined possible. You will look around and see that everything you have asked for is already here, unfolding before your eyes. And you will know, without a shadow of a doubt, that it was always meant to be. You have been prepared, whether you realize it or not, for the moment of your breakthrough. Every experience, every trial, every setback has been part of the greater divine plan. These moments have not been random. They have been necessary to build your resilience, your strength, and your trust. Every seemingly negative situation was not a sign of defeat. It was a lesson that brought you closer to your ultimate victory. Every obstacle was not an enemy to be feared, but a stepping stone that elevated you to new heights. The world will try to tell you that the road to success is difficult, that it is reserved for the lucky or the special. It will show you evidence that life is a struggle, that not everyone gets what they want, but you must ignore that. You must refuse to accept that narrative, because the truth is that you were never meant to struggle indefinitely. You were never meant to wait endlessly for a breakthrough that never comes. The breakthrough is already here. It is within your grasp, and it has always been within you. You see, the key to unlocking your breakthrough lies not in waiting for it to happen, but in becoming the person who is ready for it. It is about shifting your perception. It is about stepping into a new consciousness, a higher way of thinking. When you begin to align yourself with the truth of who you are, a divine being, a co-creator with the universe, everything begins to shift. The world around you responds to your energy. Your thoughts and feelings become magnetic, drawing the people, resources, and opportunities that you need into your life. The breakthrough is not something that happens outside of you. It is not an event that occurs in the physical world and then changes your life. The breakthrough is a shift in consciousness, a deep inner knowing that you are worthy of all the good the universe has to offer. It is the realization that you are not waiting for something to come to you. You are not waiting for permission or for the right circumstances to align. You are the creator of your reality. And when you understand this fully, everything in your life will begin to change. The reason you have not seen the breakthrough yet is because you have been waiting for external circumstances to shift, for things outside of yourself to change. But the moment you decide that you are worthy of your breakthrough, the moment you truly believe that it is already yours, everything begins to shift from within. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, they all begin to align with the reality you are creating. And when this happens, the external world has no choice but to reflect your new inner state. You are constantly creating your reality, whether you are aware of it or not. Every thought, every belief, every feeling that you hold shapes your experiences. The universe does not operate on the basis of what you want. It operates on the basis of what you believe to be true. If you believe that your breakthrough is far off, that it is difficult to attain, that it will take years to manifest, then that is what will show up in your life. But if you choose to believe that your breakthrough is already here, that it is within your reach, that it is happening now, then that is the reality that will materialize. This is the power you hold. It is the power of belief, the power of faith, the power of knowing that what you desire is already on its way. When you shift your focus away from what you don't have and begin to focus on what you already possess, the inner strength, the wisdom, the clarity, the love, the breakthrough you've been waiting for will arrive effortlessly. When you stop seeking validation from others and start trusting your own inner guidance, the doors will open. When you stop trying to figure everything out with your logical mind and start trusting in the process, the universe will conspire in your favor. You are a magnet for your desires. What you focus on, you attract. What you believe, you manifest. And so it is essential that you believe that your breakthrough is coming, that it is already here in some form. The moment you believe it, the moment you accept it, you begin to attract it into your life. This is not just wishful thinking. This is the way the universe works. This is how creation happens. The moment you align your thoughts and beliefs with the reality you desire, you will see evidence of it all around you. You will see signs, synchronicities, opportunities, and people that support your vision. It will feel like everything is falling into place effortlessly. You won't have to chase after things or force them to happen. Everything will begin to flow, and you will step into your breakthrough with ease and grace. It may not happen in the exact way you expect, and it may not arrive in the way you've been hoping for, but it will come. It will always come. The breakthrough is not about the form it takes. It is about the essence of it, the feeling of expansion, the sense of fulfillment, the knowing that you have become who you are meant to be. That is the true breakthrough, and it is already happening within you. You may be wondering how to make this shift in your thinking, how to change your beliefs and align yourself with the truth of your breakthrough. It begins with self-awareness. It begins with understanding that your thoughts are powerful, that your beliefs are shaping your reality every single day. Take a moment to reflect on what you truly believe about yourself, about your future, about the possibilities that lie ahead. Are your beliefs aligned with your dreams, or are they rooted in fear and doubt? If you find that your beliefs are not aligned with what you want, begin to change them. Start by affirming the truth that you are worthy of your breakthrough. Speak it out loud, write it down, feel it in your body. Every time doubt arises, replace it with an affirmation of your power and your worth. Know that you are deserving of every blessing, every opportunity, every dream that you desire. Visualize your breakthrough as if it has already occurred. See it in your mind's eye. Feel the emotions of having already received it. Immerse yourself in the experience of it and let that feeling become your reality. When you do this, you are creating a new blueprint for your life. You are planting seeds of belief that will eventually manifest in the physical world. The moment you start aligning yourself with the truth that your breakthrough is already here, the universe will begin to rearrange itself in your favor. You will no longer feel like you are chasing after your dreams. Your dreams will begin to chase you. You will become a magnet for the people, situations, and opportunities that are needed to bring your vision to life. Remember, there is no force in this world that can keep you from what is already meant for you. There is no circumstance, no challenge, no setback that can prevent your breakthrough from coming. It is already yours. It is waiting for you to step into it. And the moment you do, the world will open up to you in ways you could never have imagined. Your breakthrough is not a future event. It is a present reality. It is happening now. And when you fully embrace this truth, you will step into a life of limitless possibility. Your breakthrough is not a distant dream or a far-off hope. It is an unfolding reality that begins within you. The moment you truly accept that everything you need, everything you desire, is already aligned and waiting for you, the world around you will begin to shift. You are the creator of your reality, and the universe is responding to the energy you put out. As you let go of doubt and embrace your power, as you choose to believe in the certainty of your breakthrough, it will manifest effortlessly in your life. Know this: the path to your breakthrough is not a path of struggle or uncertainty. It is the path of faith, belief, and alignment with your highest truth. It is already unfolding. The opportunities are arriving. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. The question is not whether it will come. It already is. The question is, will you trust in it, believe in it, and step into it with full confidence? Step forward with the certainty that everything you desire is already on its way. Your breakthrough is now. Embrace it.